robbed again.
Silver fox. Well, at least this time he left his mark.
What is it?
A timber wolf.
Well, I thought they'd all been hunted out of here.
Well, they're strange animals, Israel. Sometimes they'll show up right in the middle of a new settlement just because they lived there when it was forest.
Do they go away again?
One way or another.
It's kind of sad in a way.
It's worse for us if they live long. Looks like he's heading for that old Indian burial ground.
Pa, some folks say that they're haunted.
Some folks will say most anything.
Pa, what is it? Is he alive?
I'm sorry. Man, he's come a long way with the look of those moccasins. Don't touch it. It's his tribal totem. If you touch it, they think it loses its orenda.
Orenda?
Yeah, it's a kind of sacredness. I think it has kind of a sacred power.
Was he Cherokee?
I don't know. This workmanship, this inlay, it's a tribe I don't know.
Yes, a big man, with an eye like an eagle and as tall as a mountain was he. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man. He was brave, he was fearless, and as tough as a mighty oak tree. From the coonskin cap on the top of old Dan to the heel of his rawhide shoe, the rippin'est, roaring'est, fighting'est man the frontier ever knew. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, and he fought for America to make all Americans free. Daniel Boone.
My, you are hungry.
I'm sorry. Well, thank you. That's real friendly.
He's complimenting the cooking.
In Indian style.
Thank you.
He's some money too.
In running water shall we be made clean.
How'd you know what to do?
Oh, it's pretty much the same among all the tribes.
It's almost the same in the Bible. Do your people come from near here? Ask him in Cherokee.
Cherokee.
Did you understand what he said?
Just a word now and then. Sound a little bit like Algonquin.
Where are they from?
Oh, here, there, everywhere. I heard that there was a tribe that lived here once that used that dialect, but they disappeared before my time.
Maybe the old man's come home.
Like the wolf, where the forest used to be.
I picked up a little Algonquin once in Canada. I'll see how it works out.
We have to know.
Hope it doesn't turn out like broken French to Natalia. Nioke Wanukse Notese.
Piqua.
Piqua. Wanakte Etese Daniel Boone. Rebecca. Israel.
Tamanun.
Tamanu. What's his name?
Tamanun. Neki.
Family.
Neke. Nemusak. Ne Piqua. No ne.
I think he said that he has no friends, no family, that he's the last of his tribe. His tribe definitely is Pequot. He says he's last on the living earth.
Well, ask him how long he'll be staying here.
No man knows how long he will remain where Manitou placed him, or who will go with him when he leaves.
Well, how come you acted like you didn't understand English?
Because he wanted to know what we really think. Because he's suspicious of us. Like maybe we should be suspicious of him.
Dan, he's old and tired. Now, your questions confused him.
You know how sick he was when we found him.
Tommy Noon. He would sleep in the barn.
I have learned to rest on the bare ground.
Israel, why don't you throw down some hay for tonight and pick up a blanket on the way out?
Yes, ma'am.
Israel?
There'll always be a place for you at our table.
May you be safe under the eye of Manitou until the very last.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Manitou, give strength to my weapon.
That's the finest bow I ever seen.
It is the last.
Oh, may I come in?
Welcome.
You really made this into an Indian house, didn't you?
Piqua.
You're right. Pequot, I should have said. Balsam. Must make sweet sleeping.
The Pequot had a sweet story. There was a woman, and when her children cried because the hard rocks bruised their bones, she made them a bed out of her soft heart.
That is a sweet story. I'll go get you another load.
Pick it up.
Oh, I didn't mean...
Take it.
You mean I can?
Dan? Dan, come out here a minute.
It's too much for me. Crime and antler. I'll grow into it someday.
Before Manitou welcomes you to his heart.
Thank you.
You are Gesigabeta, a small spirit, very dear.
Now, are you still suspicious of that poor old man?
Well, he's a lot stronger than he looks. You see how easily he drew on that bow?
I see how fond he is of Israel.
I'll go get your balsam.
Nothing is hid from Manitou. This too he must know of me. I cannot battle as a warrior, for I am one. The white man is a multitude. I must be wily as the great owl, who seems to sleep and strikes in terrifying silence. Their cattle will disappear like shadows in the night. Their farms will burn. They will not know who hurled the brand. They and theirs will die, not dreaming by whose hand. I promise this.
That pile over there, not me. You'll have to wait your turn.
What happened?
What ain't?
Don't mean to the freight wagon.
Oh, the thing's hexed. Spent half the night loading it up to get over to Salem. Got 3 miles down the Licking River Road and then spent the rest of the night trying to haul her back here again. Well, don't look at me like that. My work's good and you know it. No, put it over there. You'll have to wait your turn. I swear if this keeps up, I'm gonna have to buy myself an apprentice.
We're getting to have us a real big town here.
There was a town here once before.
But there couldn't have been. Nobody was here.
No, that's right, Israel. There once was an Indian town, I reckon you'd call it, built right here where Boonesboro stands.
I never thought of that. What'd it look like?
Feminine?
I do not live.
He means he wasn't living at the time. Of course, it was long before we came. And what was left of it, I guess, is buried deep under the earth. But the site was well picked. Plenty of water, protected from the weather, easy to defend. We're thankful to them for showing us the way. I reckon that wasn't taken as kindly as it was meant, son.
I'll stay out here with him. I think he likes talking to me. And he's taught me so many old ways. He says I'm more than half Pequot now.
Saltpeter, flour, and lemon. Why does everybody want everything all at once? I can't understand. Well, Daniel, what calamity brings you here?
Oh, Cincinnatus, Rebecca's got her mouth set for some winter stockings and she's misplaced her knitting needles. If you can call that a calamity.
Well, there's some under the counter there. Look in a box there. I think you'll find them if you dig around.
If things are normal, she will have found hers by the time I can get back home.
Now, if I know what's going on around here, she won't.
What is going on around here, Pasco?
We're on the downslide of a bad luck year.
The downside of a what?
You're a grown man. You know some years are good, some are bad. This one was born bad.
Cattle straying that never left the pasture before. Tools gone from where they set since the year one.
My own well cover split. Lord himself only knows how. You know what good care I take of my gear. An opossum falls in and poisons the water.
A possum?
A most sure-footed beast in any ordinary year.
How can any sane man look at that?
Well, Ma always tells me to look at the bright side.
There ain't no bright side to possum poison in your well, young Boone.
Sure there is, Pasco. You can always bring a barrel over and borrow some from my well.
Yeah, you wouldn't laugh, Daniel, if you had to keep this store. I'm telling you, it's been calamities like this till I just don't know which end's up.
There's a smell of evilness aboard. That's sure.
Feminine?
Hold on. With all the bad luck we got going, how come you let this living rainbow stay on your place?
Are you inside your door? Aren't you scared?
I'm scared of superstition in the minds of little men.
You let the bad luck fall on you, you'll see.
Hammerman, how would you like to have a spot of my best Blue Thunder?
Whiskey is not for red men. It thickens our mind, loosens our tongues.
How true, old-timer. A man alone's got to stand guard in his own two wits. Israel, would you like some licorice? Go ahead, Hammerman.
Oh, thank you, Cincinnati.
Man old enough to be my grandpa is sucking on a licorice stick.
Pasco, here is your line. Now, why don't you go home and get that possum poison out of your system?
Good. Now. Careful. The colors must be pure.
Oh, I guess I almost ruined it then.
The young ones learn from the grandfathers before they learn from the spirits. That's it. Enough.
Shall I fill up the hole now?
Not yet.
Oh, yes, giving thanks. I forgot.
Kishakima. Manitou. Now. Now put that in.
Now we have everything but green.
Come. There is green.
you've got sharp eyes.
When I was a young man. Now I can see only when the sun is high. Once it begins to set, I'm as blind as a...
As blind as now in the daytime? Oh, I didn't mean to offend your sacred totem, sir.
Would you like to dig it out?
Can I? Would it be all right? Pa tells me that the green shows that there's copper in the rock.
The ancestors knew how to melt it out. The copper bracelets made music on their arms.
Gee, I never heard.
Do not forget, it is the knowledge of our tribe.
No, sir, sure won't.
Enough. We do not waste what Manitou has given us.
How come we always cover up the colors afterwards?
They were not meant for the white. We do not want the enemy to discover them.
Well, what enemy?
There is one more thing that I must have. It is white, and very hard to find.
We've already got a white. Don't you remember?
What I seek is different.
Well, maybe it doesn't grow around here.
It grows, Kasiga Beta, it grows. I have found it.
Can I dig it out?
Keep away from it. Forgive me, little spirit. This white is different from anything on living earth. I cannot speak its name.
You mean it's sacred too?
You must not touch it.
Well, is it all right if I watch?
It would be better if you did not know.
Show him the colors we found. He used to live with the Indians. He knows all about this stuff.
Well, I know a little bit, not all.
Not as much as you, of course. See this green one? I dug it out all by myself, but I had to borrow your chisel.
Kasiga Beta was a help to me.
His ancestors even knew it was copper. They used to make bracelets out of it.
Copper? I knew some of your people smelted a little gold.
It was a long time ago. Before.
Well, thank you for showing me. Well, here's a pigment I've never seen before.
It's very sacred. Like the totem. Only special people can touch it.
Well, I reckon that's why I didn't know about it. Sorry, Tamanund. Ready, son? Oh, by the way, Rebecca wanted me to remind you about supper.
I will surely be with you this night.
Come along now if you like.
First, I must pray. I think you will be wasted after all, for my time on living earth is growing short. For this that was not made by Manitou, forgive Manitou. For with this, I will bring terror to white hearts. They will remember that once there were the Pequot.
We thank thee for this food and our safe home. Amen.
Oh, young man. Oh, you didn't do a very good job. I think you better go out and wash up again.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, Pa, there's a fire out here.
Oh. It must be the Pasco's place.
Hey, by the sudden way it burns, it must be Pasco's barn.
Oh, I hope they got the milk cow out. What with a baby barely 2 years old, another on the way.
And there's another one.
And 3 fires at one time?
It's not lightning. There's not a storm cloud in the sky.
Wow. It's terrifying. It's horrible.
Oh, it's terrible, Daniel.
I just finished pulling down my horse's hay. I give him a good measure of oats in the evening. And I filled his bucket for his drink. I hauled that water clear from the creek, believe it or not. I still got possum poison in my well.
We'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I put that bucket right there in the stall, just about there. He must have kicked it over when he spooked, or maybe when I let him out. It was a close thing for both of us.
The same with me, except I was already in the house when mine began to burn.
I could feel the heat of hell by the time I put his blindfold on. That fire come up so fast and hot. And you still doubt this is a bad luck year?
A little more than yesterday.
With my barn in ashes?
Yours and mine and Oxy James here, he come close to having his house go, too.
3 in all. And you still doubt?
Well, one, I'd say with this bad luck. 2 is something I wouldn't argue. But 3 barns in one night, I'd have to say shows the hand of man in it.
I've been close to thinking the same thing.
That Rainbow Indian of yours.
Well, he's a frail old man. A playmate for Daniel's son.
Well, if I can fix this onto him, he's not going to get much older.
Well, I don't think it could have been him.
Because you didn't think of it.
Oh, I thought about it. I thought about it when Joe Bagg's old cow broke an oak bar strong enough to hold an ox and ran off with her calf. And I thought about it again when your well cover just happened to break and a possum fell in your well.
But 3 fires in one night raised your doubts.
Tamenund was in my house a mile away when those fires broke out.
To say nothing of the others a half an hour away in different directions, and all of them going up at the same time.
Were there any signs around?
That renegade wolf that ate up your trappings. He only killed a calf and I nailed up his hide. Here, my whole barn's in ashes. And you stand around asking questions?
Human signs, I mean.
Well, you're the big tracker. Look around.
Well, there's nothing much left to see. Ashes. Just ashes.
What's that?
Oh, it's just something melted by the heat.
Well, let's go.
This is all the dirty varmint left of a good barn.
Oh, no different than mine.
Nothing left to do but build them up again.
Well, let's get on over to Oxy's house and figure on the barn raising.
Go ahead, I'll be along.
All right. Come on.
you think Pa will be home?
You finished your schoolwork.
Well, it's hard to keep your mind out with all that's going on. Who do you think done it?
Do your best.
Charles I was beheaded in 1649 in front of the banquet house, which in happier days... Pa! What about those fires? What caused them?
Let your father be, Israel. Kept your supper warm, Dad.
Oh, don't bother, Becky. Mrs. Grace fed us.
Oh? What kept you so long?
Oh, mostly figuring out the order of the barn raising bees.
And everybody needed to be first.
And we finally had to draw straws.
Get your cup of hot tea.
Pa, what caused the fires? Was everything all right?
You know, I have an idea. It's just about your bedtime.
Well, Pa, it's still early.
Israel, mind your father.
Yes, ma'am.
Good night, son.
Good night, Pa.
He's been nearly out of his skin all night to hear about those fires.
It's what I want to talk to you about, alone.
You mean about the fires?
Not necessarily the fires, but about who might have started them. I want you to take a look at this.
What is it?
Well, look what's on it.
An owl?
Tamanun's totem.
Did you show this to the other men?
I didn't dare. They were just waiting to send for Judge Lynch.
Lynch? Hang a man without trying him? And this doesn't prove he's guilty.
Becky, people are too angry and afraid to wait for proof. Wells have been poisoned, cattle have disappeared. Oxy Grace was almost killed when his barn burned down.
Well, Tamanun couldn't have done it. He was right there at that table when the fires broke out.
That's what I told them. And I found this thing.
And then?
Well, I want to talk to him.
You mean accuse him?
Now, that depends on what I find out.
Dan, by what black magic can he be in 4 places at one time? Oh, and tonight at supper, he was so old and weary, so bleak my heart broke for him. I think he sensed he was going to be accused. Because he's an Indian.
Oh, Becky, if he can convince me that he's innocent, I'll stand by him. But if he can't, I'll be here to see that he gets a proper hearing.
Dan? Dan, now you tell Israel. Tamanun's his friend, and he's been on tenterhooks all night.
Israel! Israel! Israel!
Is he asleep?
He isn't even there.
He overheard and he went to warn Tamanun. Oh, don't punish him. Tamanun is his friend.
His friend just may have burned down 3 barns.
Dan, we don't know that.
The Indian's gone and Israel with him.
Indians again. Dan, you are upset. Oh, look what you made me do. Dan, it's burning. How can the water burn? It's like the one you brought home. What is it?
It's an earth salt of some kind.
Where would Tamanun get it?
Where he got these, he dug them up. They're all around. They bubble up through the rocks. I might have known what it was if he'd let me look. I think it's the same thing the medicine men use in ceremonies.
Oh.
All he had to do was plant this where he knew it'd get wet. Then he could be a dozen miles away, as innocent as a newborn lamb, with us as witnesses when it finally burst into flames.
But why? We haven't done anything to him.
Maybe in his eyes we did. I have no friends. I have no family. I'm the last Pequot on living earth. All the rest are over there in the burial ground or wherever they were driven to.
We're living on their land.
This used to be wolf land, too, once, Becky. But if a wolf comes back, he gets killed.
But Dan, Taman's a man.
And Israel is our son.
lose our tracks in the water. Now let's double back upstream. Here, let me have your tomahawk. Sure is sharp. See to get through?
A little.
Come on, take my hand. We're all right now.
We are in the eye of Manitou. We do.
You tired yet?
I am still strong.
It'd be almost light if we were out in the open. Well, you can see now it's open country from here on. Goodbye. I hope we meet again sometime. Surely have liked knowing you.
No, Kisikabeta. You will stay with me
But I can't, sir. My folks.
until the whites know who I am, and the memory of the Piqua will burn in their guilty dreams. Then I will send you to live forever in the setting sun, for you are no longer one of them. You are Kisikabeta, the little spirit. I have made you a Piqua, and Manitou will cherish you.
No.
Kitchewewis, they say in our language. The great owl who strikes when his foe thinks he is asleep. Father and brother to our tribe. Come now. You will soon rest.
Where are you taking me?
In the last days of our battles for our land, the warriors who remained alive kept off a white army from this high place until thirst and hunger slew them all.
Will my paw find a way up there?
You are a true Piqua. Strong.
What's it for?
Learn from your grandfather.
follow, but not enough to make him suspicious.
But that's a trap for my paw! The paw could get killed!
The god post is still strong in Pequot earth. A few steps more.
No, Pa, no!
Israel! Israel! Yourself in fear, lest your ancestors in the setting sun be shamed.
I do not fear you, white enemy.
Does a warrior hide behind a child?
Come up and take him from my hands.
Israel, don't move!
You came with your rifles in your hand, and our strong bows were only children's toys. We said, share our land, and with your rifles you stole it. Your rifles hunted us like animals until our seed was dead, and our remnants slunk out from our own land. This bow is my rifle. The hunted animal fears death.
No, please, don't!
Sigabeta, grandson, we Pequas are not white. Hold! Now we are two men. We are alike. My years on living earth are gone. Your lifeblood is flowing from your wound. Our place is with the spirits now. Between us, Manitou will judge. Grandson. We follow the last bow into the eye of Manitou.
No, no! No!
Grandson.
Yes, Tom? Yes, grandfather.
I will remember you.
Grandfather! Grandpa.
Say what he taught you, Israel.
Spirit, my grandfather, you are free now of the living earth. You are with the spirits of you are with the spirits of our ancestors, where the land is broad and free as Manitou made it. Be happy, grandfather.
Hey, Dan. One more.
Oh, Josh, you've been in every tavern in New Orleans.
Yeah, everyone except this one, and this one is a lively place, Daniel.
All right. Yeah, real lively, huh?
This is your round, Sonny.
My round?
That's what I said. What I said.
Well, I just got here.
Well, maybe you just got here, but you've been drinking my whiskey.
All right. What'll it be?
Mulled wine.
Make it 3.
Well, what are you gonna have?
Could you spare a penny for the tabernacle? Could you spare a penny for the tabernacle? Could you spare a penny for the tabernacle, please? Could you spare... Oh, I was clumsy.
You cheated. I saw you. You had 3 kings, I had a full house. I saw her hand you a card when she passed you the cup. You accused Creole Jim of being in league with a Bible thumper. You sure of that, Jed? I saw what I saw. I shall demand satisfaction. My seconds will call on you at dawn.
Thank you kindly.
Do you mind if I see you home?
Oh, I'll be fine.
This is a rough section, and I'd feel a whole lot better if you'd let me see you home. Ma'am, I'm Josh Clemens. This is my friend Donald Boone.
Pleased to meet you, ma'am.
My name's Mary Pickett.
I wish you'd let me teach that fancy gambler a lesson. He needed a tanning. After what he done to you,
I had no right coming in like I did, begging like that.
you're in some kind of trouble, ain't you?
I was begging, but not for no church. It was for them. Billy, Rachel.
Yours?
Look at 'em. 2 ragamuffins toddling after their ma when they ain't fighting street dogs for a scrap of meat left on a bone.
You mean you ain't got no man to look after you?
He was cut down in the flower of manhood at Bunker Hill.
Fighting for glory.
I'm sorry, Mr. Clements. Troubling you with my miseries. I feel downright ashamed.
Well, you sure ain't got no cause to be. Now, you're a brave woman. Now, you listen to me, Mary Pickett.
Yes?
First off, we're gonna belly up to that feed trough, and we're gonna work our way through the biggest nose bag of victuals since Moses hit the promised land. Ain't that right, Daniel?
Well, Josh, I'm afraid you're going to have to go to that promised land all by yourself, because I'd better get back to the inn. Nice meeting you, ma'am.
Daniel, I'm afraid that I'm gonna need a little I'm a little bit short.
Well, Josh, just remember that this is the bottom of your barrel.
Oh, Donald, she's a poor widow lady with 2 hungry young'uns.
Who just happened to meet a rich trapper from Kentucky. Remember, we move out at sunup.
I don't think your friend took to me.
Well, he just ain't used to city ways like I am. Come on.
Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, with an eye like an eagle and as tall as a mountain was he. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man. He was brave, he was fearless, and as tough as a mighty oak tree. From the coonskin cap on the top of old Dan to the heel of his rawhide shoe, the rippin'est, roaring'est, fighting'est man the frontier ever knew. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, and he fought for America to make all Americans free. Daniel Boone.
Goodness me. Gumbo, yams, cornbread, great. You better save some room for dessert.
Please, mister, do I have to
You have to what?
eat all this?
Well, that's just your 3rd plate.
5th.
I'm gonna bust.
What about you, Billy? And you haven't even touched your plate.
I suppose when your heart's just brimming with gladness, it's hard to...
None of that. Now, well, you got a lot of things to talk over, you and me.
Can it wait till I get back?
Well, it's something I ain't had too much practice saying, and I want to make sure to have time for it to come out just right.
Was that nice, mister?
Eat your gumbo. Yeah, that was nice. Asleep. Somebody's missing in there. Well, she is and she ain't.
Dear Josh, except for being Billy and Rachel's mom, everything I told you is a lie. I leave you my 2 babies, knowing they will have a better life with you than they ever had with me. Don't try to find me. I'm already lost. God bless you, Mary Pickett.
We'll find her. We always find her. Come on, Billy.
Hold on just a minute. You think maybe you could wait until morning before you start to go out and look? Got a couple of comfortable beds over there.
there's no harm in that.
Josh. Do you think you're going to be able to find their ma that fast? No. Well, do you want to tell me what you're aiming to do?
I'm going to take them back to Boonesboro.
Well, what do you think they are? A couple of cute raccoons you're going to keep as pets?
Well, it's better than winding up in some workhouse. Daniel, they sell kids down here. They do.
Well, let me get right down to it. All in all, I reckon Becky will be pleased.
Becky ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm going to keep them.
Well, Josh, it's more than just tousling their hair and feeding them. You gotta care for them, and you gotta love them, and you gotta wonder what they're thinking about in their little heads.
Well, I'll sure give them more than they can get in some orphanage. I want them to have a pa, Daniel.
Like you never had, Josh.
I figure if a kid never had one, he might be ready.
Welcome home, Mr. Clements.
Well, thank you very much, Miss Chase. Top of the morning to you, Miss Spoon.
Never knew he was gone so long.
Right around back.
How was it down in the Delta?
Set him up there, Cincinnati! Whoa. Cincinnati, I'm gonna need a whole wagon load of supplies. Now, I can start off with a barrel of flour.
Now, just a minute. Is this going to be cash or credit?
You try and tell me something?
Maybe.
You're gonna take out them chicken scratchings and tote them up, ain't you?
These chicken scratchings you refer to happen to come to a mighty 23 pounds, 8 shillings, 3pence.
Isn't that a nice warm welcome for me after me being gone all winter?
Well, now, Josh, it ain't that we ain't glad to have you back, but a man with an appetite like yours, I just can't afford a steak. Howsomever, I can't deny a tankard of my best Blue Thunder, and it will be on me.
I will pay for my own.
I'll take one of them, too. Here. And he said, I sure wish I'd have known that, Reverend. I could have saved my ma and pa. No. I gotta be going.
You could have told me earlier Josh brought back 2 children.
He brought back a water moccasin once Pa never told you about.
There's a difference between a critter and 2 babies.
Well, they're not exactly babies, Becky.
Hi, Becky, Daniel.
Sure you're not forgetting something?
Forgetting something. Oh, the young'uns. What do you think of them?
Right now, it's what I think of you that counts, Mr. Clements. All right, Israel, wake him up. We're going to take him home with us.
Now, wait a minute. They're mine.
Yours? And what's your claim to them? Fatherhood?
Not exactly, but I found them and I'm gonna keep them. Oh, I know, Becky, it don't look too good, but I really want to be their pa.
Josh Clements, confirmed bachelor?
Well, now, Becky, if Josh was all fired set on living sinful, he wouldn't have brought him along now, would he?
Come on, Rachel. Come on, hon. Walter, there she is. Clemens Gadsden. Come on. In you go. first law of hospitality right there, never lock a door. It don't matter if somebody wants to steal something.
Don't look like no castle to me, mister.
Well, maybe you just ain't looking too sharp. You don't see nobody dipping candles and boiling soap and grinding corn, do you?
But that's woman's work.
Right you are, Rach. And this is Clement's castle right here. Here I'm the king. You don't see no woman sitting over there in a rocking chair getting ready to moan and groan about something. No fancy tablecloths, shiny pewter, no curtains up at the window. No, sir. Old Josh Clements is a free man, and that's the way it's going to stay.
You afraid of women, mister?
No. Had kind of a close scrape with the widow spoon one time. I still got a little of tremblies for that. Well, women are all right. They're good for feathering a nest, but, I mean, this ain't no tree, you know. No, sir, this is a man's castle. And, Billy, I want to tell you, one of these days, it's going to be all yours.
It's dirty. It smells funny, too.
Well, that's a smell of Kentucky. Take a whiff of this air. Smell that.
I don't smell nothing.
It don't smell. You don't smell nothing? Well, wait a minute. Now listen. There must be at least 10 different smells in that air. Pine needles, corn a boiling. That Indians call that succotash. Old Mama Bear cuffing her cubs. That snow on the mountain. Sap welling up in them maple trees. Becky Boone churning butter. There's a lot of information in smells. And besides, it's just downright pleasant.
Mister, you're crazy. That don't mean we're staying, neither.
You mean even after you know that your mama told me to take care of you? You don't believe me, do you?
I don't believe grown-ups. Me too.
You know, I guess I can't blame you for that, seeing as how I am over 10 years old. The truth of the matter is, I'm kind of a lonesome critter up here. Nobody but the Indians and a few bears and some more no-account grown-ups to jaw at.
And you want us around for jawing?
That's it. Plain and simple.
We gotta have a meeting. Mister, we're willing, but it ain't for free.
Oh, I didn't figure it was going to come cheap. All right, how much?
A penny a day apiece. That's for John. All the victuals we can eat, that's to keep up our strength. We need our strength.
You two drive a pretty hard bargain, you know.
That ain't all, mister.
How foolish of me to think that it would be. All right, what else?
We want to see a real honest-to-Injun Injun rain dance. Honest-to-Injun.
You got me up against the wall now. That Injun rain dance, now that ain't easy to fix, you know. Tarnation, we'll do it.
This is a real honest Indian ninja rain dance?
Well, you don't think I'd run in a fake on you, do you?
Sure don't look like rain.
Well, I mean, that takes a whole lot of stomping. You don't get rain with just a little bit. You got to do a lot of shaking. Excuse me, just a minute. I promised them rain. Now, are you going to deliver or ain't you?
You picked a heck of a day for it.
Well, it so happens that this is the day that they wanted to get wet. Maybe you're doing the wrong stomp.
You don't tell me how to stomp, and I don't tell you how to be a papa.
Well,
It's raining!
I mean, certainly it's raining. He was doing it wrong. I went over and told him how.
Yay! Hooray! Finally!
What you doing, Ezreal?
Whittling.
You ain't doing nothing but cutting on a stick.
It's not the cutting that's important. It's what you're thinking about while you're cutting.
What you thinking about?
Whittling.
Ain't you gonna take us into the woods?
Sure. I gotta tell you a few things before we go. First thing you gotta know about woodsmanship. Stay close to your leader.
Who's that?
Me, of course.
Do I get to be leader once?
Sure. As soon as you get to know as much as I do.
When'll that be?
You bring home your first bear.
I suppose you really got yourself a bear.
Pa's the one who actually shot him. But I'm the one who found him, told Pa where to point his musket.
Gosh.
The other thing you gotta know is keep your eyes open. Whenever you don't understand anything, just ask me.
What's Sky?
Sky?
Do you know or don't you?
Sky's just sky.
Tain't neither. Sky's where God lives and watches over things like birds and trees and orphans. And if you want to pray sometimes, he's up there listening. Thanks, Rachel.
Listen, if you want to lead this expedition, just go right ahead.
No.
Let's go.
We ain't ready for company yet.
Well, we're not exactly company. We're neighbors. Can we come in?
He ain't home.
Oh, we came to see you. Sort of make a call.
Hi, Billy.
I can see your house proud.
Just swept up a bit. Men mess things up a lot.
So I've noticed.
It'd pleasure me to offer you a cup of tea, but...
Well, it just so happens I've got the makings right here.
What are you doing?
Giving him a scrubbing. I don't need one. I'm getting him ready for bed.
Well, you don't think I'm gonna let you go to bed hungry, do you?
I don't see you loaded down with rabbit, mister.
Rabbits? Why, I saw a couple of rabbits down there, but there's this scrawny, I didn't have the heart to shoot them. And besides, I got something that's a whole lot better than rabbit. Why, there's berries and nuts and sunflower roots in it. You take a bite out of that, it'd make rabbit taste like bark. You're gonna scrub the hide off of him. What in tarnation?
We done ate. We had porridge and bacon and cornbread and... Shut up, Billy.
All right. Who come by?
The boy's room, his mom and pa.
It looks to me like that folks could let you get settled in before they come over bringing yesterday's leftover food.
You finish him.
You look clean enough to me. Come on, Billy.
It's still hot.
You've got in mind to mother me, too? Go ahead and say it. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I couldn't bag an elephant if he was standing on my foot. You're getting to remind me of more Witherspoon every day.
I didn't say a word, mister.
Well, you didn't say nothing. But all the while, you're still telling me what a worthless character I am.
Better eat your supper before it gets cold.
I brought my own supper. Fruits and nuts. It's the kind of stuff that makes men strong.
What'd you do for squirrels?
Well, rich food like that's not good for your stomach. You ready to go to bed, Billy?
Ain't you gonna tell us a story? Mom always did.
All right. How would you like to hear about the time I was nearly scalped by the Shawnee?
He likes the one about David and Goliath.
David and Goliath.
Don't you know your Bible, mister?
Sure I do. David was that little runty feller with a slingshot, wasn't it?
Who slew Goliath the Philistine.
I was getting to that.
Whose height was 6 cubits in a span.
I was going to tell him he was a giant. Anyhow, now, these Philistines was about ready to massacre the fort when David was...
And David took his staff in his hand and chose him 5 smooth stones out of the brook and put them in a shepherd's bag.
Now, what difference does it make what kind of bag he put the rocks in?
It still was a shepherd's bag.
Well, anyhow, David was about ready to bushwhack Goliath.
You're supposed to say it came to pass.
Now, who's telling this yarn? You or me?
You are, Josh.
Right, Billy. And David put his hand in this shepherd's bag and took out one of them smooth rocks and put it in his slingshot and hit old Goliath with it, and down he went, all 6 cubits of him. He's asleep.
He always falls asleep when you get to the smoking part.
Come on, big man.
I'll move him down the floor as soon as you want your bed.
No. That's your bed, yours and Billy's. I always bunk outside anyhow.
Thanks for trying anyway, mister.
Trying to what?
To be our papa. We don't remember having one, so we know how to do without.
Well, you ain't gonna. You hear me? You ain't gonna do without.
All right, what else you got?
Why don't you have a sit in this rocker over here?
I don't have to sit in that to know it's about ready to fall apart.
You wouldn't know a good chair from kindling.
Now, hold on just a minute. I didn't say I wasn't interested, did I? Sit down and try it out.
Huh?
Squeaks a lot.
That's your bones, you old skin flint.
Josh, I will give you 20 shillings for it, sight unseen.
Sight unseen? You're sitting in it.
Oh, I mean, you don't have to inspect it for the workmanship.
You know the trouble with you? You don't know the history of this chair.
What's the history got to do with it?
This chair belonged to General George Washington.
General Washington? Well, then how come you got your grubby hands on it?
It was bequeathed to me.
Now, Josh, would you mind telling me how somebody as low down in the social strata as you would be favored in the bequeathing?
Well, it's common knowledge that the general has false teeth. Or did you know about that?
Of course I knew it. Don't you think a tavern keeper knows what's going on in the world?
But did you notice that the brace is not under this arm here?
Well, what's that got to do with it?
What's that? That's what they manufactured the general's choppers out of.
Josh, that still don't tell me how you come by it.
Well, I am the man that introduced the general to John Crockett.
John Crockett?
He was a carver that carved the general's choppers out of that piece. He's a little run of a feller from over Trenton.
I suppose he just up and give this rocket to you in pure gratitude.
No, Martha did.
Martha Washington?
This chair could be a big drawing card in your store. Why, you could get 6 pence just for the privilege of sitting in it.
I'll take it. 30 shillings. 30 shillings.
I'll tell you what. I will throw in the whole kit and caboodle of them for 50 shillings in trade.
I'll do it. But only because you got me in a giveaway mood.
All right. I'll take a sack of flour and a bolt of blue and a sack of salt and a jug of ale, just to ease the pain.
Becky. Looks like we got company.
Oh, and don't tell me she's got the pastor with her. Me looking the way I look.
If I can tell anything by that strut of hers, she's not after your secret for ham hock and beans.
What other lies the widow tell you about me, Daniel?
Just all the things that make you look bad. Seems she doesn't think a single man is fit to raise 2 young'uns.
Does she want to show me in the good book where it says you can't raise young'un unless you're...
Pastor on her side.
Uh-huh. Oh, I can hear her. I can hear her now. Oh, it's common knowledge what his practices are, parson. All that foul language and drinking and... Daniel, do you really think she can get them away from me?
I don't know, but I figure she won't stop trying until she can.
If she did, who would they go to?
Well, the pastor figures they ought to be made wards of the community.
Oh, I can see that. Billy and Rachel being passed around like a couple of fire buckets. I know what she wants. She wants to get hitched up with me. That's what she wants. What? You don't look like it's as crazy as I feel like it is.
Well, I admit that she's kind of plain-spoken in her ways, and, well, she's a decent woman and not too bad to look at.
I'm not going to sell myself for a mess of pottage.
Pretty nice mess of pottage old Ezra left her with.
You asking me to give up my independence? We fought a war for that, Daniel.
I didn't think we fought it to keep you single.
You asking me to give up coming home whenever I want to, tilting a couple Gabe and Cully? Right now, I can pick up, go to Salem, go to New Orleans whenever I want to without asking anybody. I'm free, Daniel, free.
Well, I figured you were willing to give some of that up when you brought those 2 tykes home with you. Or were you?
Oh, I'll admit this time Rachel can tongue lash you. It seems like she's grown sour. But when I look at them, I feel like butter on a stack of hoe cakes.
You're saying you want to keep them?
I'm their pappy, ain't I?
Well, that may be, but the widow says that they're missing somebody.
I never thought I'd have to get hitched to keep Rachel and Billy. But I guess if that's what it takes, the widow's got me treed.
You didn't tell me much about New Orleans, Mr. Clements.
Well, the way I see it, it's a city that's dark with temptation and sin, Mrs. Spoon.
You were gone all winter. It must have been a struggle for you, Mr. Clemens.
I fought it every step of the way. And it made it a whole lot easier knowing what I had to come home to.
What was it you had to come home to, Mr. Clemens?
Kentucky Spring, Mrs. Spoon. Nothing like it.
Oh, is that a fact, Mr. Clemens?
Creeks gushing, birds singing, buds popping, and you're the loveliest one around, Abigail.
Are you trying to turn my head, Mr. Clemens?
I sure am. I ain't more my son to go to meeting duds to prove it to you.
I killed him. First shot right out of the...
That's what you told me about the bar, too.
I killed him first time.
Hiya, Josh.
Oh, hey, start late, ain't you, huh?
Hi, Josh, what'd it be, rum or ale? I got some important things to discuss with the widow.
Whatever it is you have to say to me, Mr. Clemens, can wait, I'm sure.
No, wait just a minute, Abigail.
Seems to me that men would have more important things to do than sit around at a tavern drinking beer. Don't blame them too much, though, Abigail. I have been gone all winter.
They were drinking in September. They don't need any excuse for carousing.
Tavern tramps never do.
Are you trying to tell me that you are a reformed man, Mr. Clemens?
Well, then there's all kinds of reform to Abigail. Now, I allows how I take a swaller now and then, but just to keep the news spread around, you understand, and wet my whistle a little bit. When you travel as much as I do, why, folks kind of expect you to keep them informed, about what's going on here and there. For instance, did you know that in New Orleans, the women of high fashion have got skirts so high that they're showing a scandalous amount of their ankle?
I am not interested in high fashion, Mr. Clemens.
I thought you'd be shocked, Abigail.
Afternoon, Mrs. Spoon. Josh, good to see you back here regular again. Understand the ladies down at the Delta mighty fast.
I wouldn't know about that.
You wouldn't,
You forgot that I was down there to do some important trading?
Oh, you was, huh? You want the usual?
A pot of tea.
Pot? You want that with rum or Blue Thunder?
It seems to me, landlord, that a fella could order a pot of...
Will you just simmer down before you get all lollywoggled? I don't know what this has turned into, a Hessian's Ladies' Aid.
Now, Abigail, that ain't no secret, the way I feel about you. I know it ain't been quite a year since Ezra was quilled by that porcupine, but...
It was the Shawnee arrow poisoning that took him.
Yeah, I keep forgetting whether he's quilled or an arrow got him, but the fact remains that you are still a widow.
That I am, Mr. Clemens. He was a good man. Ezra was. And he was a good friend to you, too, Mr. Clemens.
Oh, indeed he was. I ain't forgot how he loaned me his grinding stone.
He was the best chinker in Boonesboro.
Oh, I'd go so far as saying all of Kentucky, Abigail.
But, Mr. Spoon, is dead, Mr. Clemens? Lord rest his soul.
But amen to that, Abigail. But it's one thing to bury a man and another to keep him afloat with grief.
I'm not sure I follow your meaning, Mr. Clemens.
Well, what I'm trying to say is this, Abigail. You're through being a widow.
I am?
You're going to become a mother. Abigail, you've always been a woman with a powerful lot of love in you. And since Ezra's gone, you've had it all dammed up inside you and no place to go. And I'm going to undam you. I'm going to turn loose the beautiful waters of love till Rachel and Billy are just dripping with it.
It seems like you have changed, Mr. Clemens.
You can call me Josh.
Josh. It's almost like Ezra never left. And it won't take but a day to move you in.
Move me in?
To my place. Uh-huh. And it won't take more than a rip and a stitch to fit you, neither. Ezra's clothes are all stashed neat and pressed just like there was the day he went, including his razor strop.
Ain't that grand?
What day would you like to set for the wedding, Josh?
There is your tea.
Bring me a mug of rum, Cincinnatus.
But you just said you wanted to...
Never mind what I said. Get me a mug of rum and hurry. I ain't gonna do it, Abby. I'd be some kind of a skunk, which I ain't sunk to yet, if I tried to pass myself off as a likely candidate for a replacement for old Ezra Spoon.
Here's your rum.
Now, is that any way for a natural-born mother to act?
Going. But I can't. Maybe we could rest here a bit. I wish Ezra was here. Well, he ain't. Seems like you took to him mighty fast. At least if he was here, we wouldn't be lost. Who says we're lost? You ever been lost with me before? Maybe you know your way around streets, but this is different. I can still take care of you, streets or no streets. You're mad because Ezra's smarter than you. I ain't not. You are too. I didn't mean that. And why doesn't hurt? My hand just slipped. You're mean, Rachel. Go ahead, call me names. I had it coming. Then hit me if you want. Real hard? Hard as you want. What's that? Sure, that ain't nothing but a hoot owl.
Have you seen Rachel and Billy?
Not since this morning.
They've done it. They've up and run off.
Run off?
Well, now, hold on, Josh. Have you got any hard reason for thinking that?
Yeah, Rachel. She just never did take to me.
Oh, Josh. Now, did you look at the compound? You know how kids like to...
I think he's right. I didn't think much of it when she was asking me, but she kept on wanting to know the quickest way to the high road.
Well, what'd you tell her?
Through Shawnee country. I didn't think that
Oh, it ain't your fault. It's my fault, Israel.
We'll find him.
Well, can I go with him? I know how to talk to him.
All right, son.
2 hours head of start, me joining of that women. It's almost dark.
You can't have gone very far.
I did hear him say these flower roots were good eating. Come on, we gotta find us some shelter.
Rachel could always see right through me. That was a job he ain't got. My pants are here, that's the thing.
stop beating yourself, Josh.
I know why I ran away. Morgan's gonna keep moving. The other boys are gonna stay behind. So I left tracks to spot a spot, even I didn't know it.
What's the use of running away if you don't expect to be found?
Rachel!
Hey!
Billy!
Hey! What is it? Looks like they had some supper.
I knew it. When you're hungry, you gotta stick close to the creek, and that's what she done.
Come on.
Oh, George, come here.
You feel better, hon?
Where's Billy? I gotta look after him.
No, it's you that needs looking after this time, Rachel.
You saying I'm sick?
Well, you got yourself a pretty good chill.
I ain't never been sick a day in my life. Now you tell me where.
You look funny in that. Israel said you done real good in the woods.
You think I wouldn't?
Come here. Get over there, big man. There.
He gets scared if I ain't around.
Me too.
You, mister?
Yeah, real scared.
Scared enough to want to marry up with that lady?
The widow's spoon? Is that the reason you run off?
We didn't want you to marry up just because of Billy and me.
Now, don't you think I got enough trouble with one woman around the house?
Never knew it felt so good to be sick.
You've been too busy being a mama.
I don't want to be a mom anymore. Just your little girl. We want you to be our papa. Good night, Papa.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you hear what she called me? She called me Pop.
Well, what else would you call someone who's keeping a family together?
This is the place. Well, it had trees and a hill for us to go down.
Well, where ain't they trees and hills in Kentucky?
Ow! Ooh. Well, I'm pretty sure this is it. This is it.
Aston Bingham, what are you doing here?
Mr. Boone, Israel, you already on your way to hunting?
I thought Rebecca was expecting you to help dig salt.
Well, that's what we're gonna do as soon as.
Soon as what?
Mr. Boone, do you believe in dreams?
You mean believe people have them?
No, that they foretell.
Mama did.
Well, I once had a dream that I was shipwrecked, and then I woke up to find that I was in the worst thunderstorm I'd ever seen.
Well, S had us a dream last night about treasure.
Yeah, Bingen and me was brought here, and he told us to go down this hill clear to the bottom.
But that's Onondaga's sacred ground.
Ah, they ain't always there.
Well, they're down there right now. This is the time of year when young braves go up into the hills as holy men to have a vision, so they can come down later and claim a bride.
Is that the same as getting hitched?
Well, it's more serious when they're holy.
Considerably more so. You stumble into that and they'll scalp you from head to heel.
Was that in our dream?
I just remember the treasure.
That's where they made their mistake, giving him the dream instead of me.
I slept on his side of the pallet last night on account of he went to bed first last night.
You go on down that hill, and you'll be lucky to come back as bald as skeletons. And if I come back with this pack horse full of fresh meat and no salt to preserve it with, you're going to wish that the Onondagas had finished you off.
He means he'd be miffed.
Now, I would appreciate it if you'd just go on back and help Rebecca and dig that salt. Huh? Right now.
Oh, you don't have to worry about us, Mr. Boone.
I won't. Just as soon as I see you two on your way.
He don't trust us.
Character don't mean a bit to him.
Not even the teeniest little bit, like that. What he don't know is we're the two most trustworthy guys in all of Boonesboro.
Bangin'?
This ain't the way to Mrs. Boone's.
I ain't giving up our treasure for no lady's salt.
Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, with an eye like an eagle and as tall as a mountain was he. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man. He was brave, he was fearless, and as tough as a mighty oak tree. From the coonskin cap on the top of old and to the heel of his rawhide shoe, the rippin'est, roaring'est, fightin'est man the frontier ever knew. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, and he fought for America to make all Americans free. Daniel Boone.
How's she coming?
Oh, about ready.
Mind if I cut myself a hunt?
It's your knife, your belly.
Sure wish Ma could have a piece of this.
Oh, I reckon there'll be enough fresh meat for your ma and enough left over for salting.
When are we going to start home?
Well, as soon as we get that bear ham for Christmas.
Sure glad you didn't shoot the one we saw back there. How'd you know she still had a cub back in her cave?
Oh, you get to where you notice things. Well, she was still nursing.
There isn't anything about the woods you don't know.
Every once in a while I get to thinking that's right. Then something happens that shows me that there's 10 times more to learn than I found out. I reckon there always will be. Is it a private joke?
You and the Hineses.
They'd sure been in trouble if they'd have gone to those sacred hunting grounds of the Onondagas.
You sure scared them out of it. You know, I think I'm gonna have myself another piece.
Hope so.
Here we be. Oh, what are you scared of? Almost everything. Oh, come on, nothing's happened to you yet, has it? Let's find that treasure. Those are scalps. Wait a minute. That ain't what them is.
nothing but cows' tails.
You positive?
Look for yourself.
Mr. Boone was just funning us.
Yeah. What does our treasure count to him up alongside his old salt?
Yeah, besides, there's plenty of time for digging salt when we get back.
What, with our pockets full of first-class gold and some diamonds?
Mom always said to me, she said, S, when you're a rich and famous man, you still be neighborly. That's why I'm neighborly to you, Bingen.
Us Hines has got to look out for ourselves.
You know, I was just remembering, Bingen.
What about?
Did our dream have gold and diamonds both in it?
Don't you remember that?
I wish it had come to you instead of me.
Well, if you'd been prompter patching my pants and got in on your own side, it would.
Well, it had gold and diamonds both. I'm pretty sure.
What do you mean, pretty sure?
I'm pretty sure I hear savages.
You're changing the subject.
No, I'm positive. I hear savages.
The man is coming down from his vision.
You imagining the same as me?
Shh. I want him to hear us.
Go home to your mother who loves you.
My home is with the man who will find me when he comes down from his vision.
The house of your mother renounces you. Her house is not your home anymore.
I will wait here for the man.
Hero, 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 hero. Hear us, oh man, oh hear us. A woman waits beneath the trees who has left her mother's house. Nevermore until she dies can her mother's house be home to her. A woman waits alone until your vision surrenders you to her. Hero, hero, hero.
Bingen, let's go. No, we daren't, S. Not until they finish their bloodthirsty rites and left.
Ottawa, speak of your vision.
For 2 suns and for 2 moons, no vision came. Although I neither ate nor drank.
And what treasure did the 3rd sun bring? Yes, they're gonna tell us where the treasure is.
At the end of the 3rd day, as the moon rose, a young girl appeared to me, as if she grew out of the ground. Her dress was green, as pale as snow.
Corn. Corn was his vision.
Corn?
Ottawa, come down and tell us more of your vision.
She speak.
There was a silence between us, and I was afraid. Suddenly, her hair turned red as flame, as corn does when she is truly ripe. Still, I did not see her face, even when she spoke.
Corn spoke to him.
She said, Ottawa, I am your wife. I will marry you in the dark hour before the dawn. The marriage fire will touch my hair, and you will see that it is red as flame. And then, Ottawa, you will see my face and know who your wife truly is.
No.
Wise woman, Blackfish. Dawn is my promised wife. My spirit belongs to her. Without me, she has no life, no home. Her mother has closed her house to her.
Dawn is our goddess.
Corn is our mother. She has honored us through you.
Her will must be obeyed.
Or she will leave our fields and we will die.
How can we obey? Where is there a woman with hair red as the marriage fire?
The goddess will help us in the search. She has her own ways.
We will find the woman with the red hair, who is our goddess on this earth. And you will marry her with joy.
That poor forlorn little squaw, just because her hair ain't red. She ain't got no house, ain't got no man to bury her, ain't got no mama.
Shut up that noise. We ain't even gonna have ourselves.
I'm trying to stop it.
They look terrible, Bangin'.
They are. They must be gonna burn us.
Unless the chief cuts us loose.
That could be even worse.
Oh, yeah, because they could. Or maybe even. Or. Imagining's terrible.
You ain't imagining, ass.
Nice piece of real estate you folks got here.
That's our Kratos.
Well, now you might say that, Chief. Then again, you might not.
Yeah, this might be the very best thing ever happened to you folks.
You mock us.
We might have been sent for all you know.
Sent.
Yes, ma'am.
The goddess moves in her own way to bring about her will.
Yes. You hit her on the head for once.
I did?
You know that red-headed goddess, you don't know where she's at? We do.
Hire Tommy!
Blackfish, wait. Do not do what cannot be undone. The goddess will destroy them if they lie. She will destroy us if she has truly chosen them.
Your lives are yours. If you are speaking truth, say where the woman is. When Ottawa returns with her, then you will be free.
Yes, they must think we're dummies.
We might as well be home for all they respect us.
I tell you what, Chief. You cut us loose, and we'll bring her back.
The goddess moves in her own way.
Do not think you can betray us.
You got the word of Bing and Hines.
Come on.
Ottawa! Not you. Tupi! Istapi!
you ain't no more sacred than my hat.
I'm ashamed of you, Bing. I'm ashamed.
Of me? What for?
How many red-headed women do we have the acquaintance of?
Well, let's see. Well, Rebecca Boone's the only one I know of. You think I'd turn her over them bloodthirsty savages?
You had your fingers crossed when you said it?
Well, I outsmarted them so as we could get away. There's Heinz blood running through my veins.
Bingin'?
Yeah.
Bingin'? I don't hear him.
I lost them when I doubled on our tracks back there. Come on out and dry yourself.
Them owner draggers are hound dogs when it comes to picking up trails.
Well, that's why we're running through the water. It's the safest place to be.
Safest place in running in the water.
Hey, come here.
I just got my feet wet again.
I got an idea. You got your Barlow knife with you?
I'm in my pocket where she lives.
Yeah, well, give me the loan of it.
It's my Barlow knife, Bingin'.
Would you rather have that bloodthirsty savage marry Mrs. Boone?
Oh, don't guess so.
Well, then, give me it here. Hey, keep it nice and sharp.
Oh, you can stab her in the back so she can't marry him?
And you talk about being neighborly. You just wait here.
What you gonna do with her?
I'm leaving her for them bloodthirsty savages to find. You know what the plain trail I'm leaving?
You mean I won't never more see her?
You want that bloodthirsty savage?
Well, no, I already said I did, didn't I?
Well, all right then.
You note how pretty I'm backing out? See?
Did you leave her anywhere where she won't die of rust?
Huh?
Did you leave her anywhere where she won't die of rust?
What kind of brother you think you got, anyway? Come on. You want to wait around here and get scalped? When they come on that trail I left for them, they'll follow all right. They may smell a rat at first, but when they see that Barlow knife, as if you just lost it out of carelessness.
I would never, never do that.
Now, how are they gonna know if you would or not? They'll keep on going the way they started, thinking to come up on us, whilst we just keep going on our own sweet way, till they get tired and quit and go on home, outnumbered and outthunked.
No, they won't, Bingham. They're going to find my Barlow knife, and they're going to slit our throats.
S, I got me an idea. Come on. S, we're gonna have to leave the scene where we was born and bred.
What for?
Well, New Orleans is a nice town, they say.
That's a month-long walk from here, Bingham.
Yeah, Well, who's got the brains in this family, huh?
You ain't got no supplies, Bingen. You ain't got no gun. You ain't got no bullets to shoot in the gun.
Yeah, well, Cincinnatus has.
You ain't got no credit.
All right, shut up and let me think of something to tell Cincinnatus that he'll believe.
Maybe that Mrs. Boone's in danger, see? And if we don't find something to help
No,
her.
he ain't gonna believe that.
Well, besides us getting tarred and feathered when it come out what her danger is.
Besides being run out of Boonesboro on a rail.
Well, is there anything he would believe?
Well, sure. I can tell him that, No, that wouldn't work. Or I could say that, No, that wouldn't do it either. I got it! That feller offering us that handsome job in New Orleans. Except we got to get there right away, and he'll send the money for the supplies.
Was I there?
As much as me, that Mr. Abernathy that took such a shine to the both of us. You got to remember him.
Oh, you mean just pretend, don't you?
Yeah, why else you think I'm wearing out this eyeball for? Come on!
All you gotta do is just nod your head to everything I say.
Yeah,
Don't even open up your mouth.
I never open my mouth when you're talking, Bingen. At least I try not to open my mouth. Ain't that the Boone's horse and cart?
Sure looks like it might be. Salt kegs and picks and shovels. That's Abigail of Boone's mare, all right.
A single lick of salt in there. It's the Boone's horse and cart.
We better talk to Cincinnatus later.
Essen, Bingen, you come here.
You two get back here before I drag you back by the heel.
Hi, Miss Boone. We've been looking all over for you.
You were looking for me. I've been waiting at my house for you.
You never thought of looking there, did you?
Now, you know how badly I needed that salt.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, we're sorry we're too late.
You're late, but you ain't that late.
Bingen, you know what we forgot?
What? Oh, I sure do. We'll go get it and we'll be right back.
Don't you move a step. Now, you're going to get in that wagon, and you're going to go out to the salt licks, and you're going to fill every one of those kegs.
We gotta tell. No, we don't.
Hey, yes, you hit her on the head again.
We'll have you salt for you in the morning, Mrs. Boone.
You'll have it by moonrise.
Giddy up.
I know I will. I'm going with you to watch.
You don't trust us.
Get in the back. I'll drive.
Most shiftless pair since God created green apples.
She don't know what she's doing, does she?
Yes, and she's gonna do it just the same.
I'll have you gingham for you when you get back, Becky.
Hair as red as marriage fire. Forgive me. I have offended Corn.
I do not think so. She, too, is a woman.
Your woman. She will be your wife.
No. I do not believe it.
She was your vision.
The vision comes, no man can ask for it. No man can know its true meaning before it is revealed.
The vision will never say that I am a goddess. Forgive me again if you can. I will obey. When the red-headed woman comes...
There is none. The white desecrators lied to save their lives.
I wish I could believe.
I feel it in my throat. That woman does not live on this earth, and if she did, she would not come with them. Dawn, Corn is our goddess, our mother. Corn is merciful. She will not take you away from me. She will not leave you alone without a house.
No sign, at least.
Sign of what?
We just hope everything turns out the way you hope.
It will. I'm running it. Are you the chief of these people? Now you leave them be.
Please, do not harm us. She is truly the woman.
Wise woman will escort you to your house.
She must have young woman close to her to attend her.
I will attend her. I was angry. I have offended her. It is well to earn forgiveness.
Come.
You are very beautiful. I can see that you are kind.
Untie them.
Listen, Chief.
I will give you the reward I promised you. Your lives.
Yeah, well, listen, Chief.
It's more than you deserve. Now go. And if ever you return, I will take back your reward.
Is it fine enough for you?
How beautiful.
We have pleased her.
It is your marriage dress. It's a little late for that, I'm afraid. My marriage was some time ago.
That was another life. Tonight we rejoice that you have come. In the morning begins the time of prayer and purification. On the second night, the night of the full moon, in the dark hour before the dawn, you will wed Ottawa.
Ottawa?
Ottawa! Now the goddess rests and meditates. She will speak to you in the evening while we rejoice. came to him. You told him our tribe is yours. Attend her.
He will be your husband.
Hey, fetch me a thinking straw, will you, S? Make it a good one this time, will you? Bad luck, I called it.
What's bad luck?
Well, if we'd had this rig yesterday, we'd be on our way to New Orleans now. None of this need happen.
Yeah, we could have sold the kegs and the tools and bought us new beaver hats and bowled along the highway to New Orleans in the admiration of all eyes.
That's what we're gonna do.
That's exactly what we ought to do.
We didn't ask her to come to salt dig and marry no bloodthirsty savvies anyway, did we?
Neither one of us. We did everything we could to get her not to do it.
I wash my hands of it.
Me too, the both of them. I'm ready when you be.
We might as well just unhitch.
We can't rescue her till nightfall.
Corn and her bridegroom. Corn has come to live in our teepee. She will make us stronger than the sun. Rejoice!
Go to her and comfort her.
Miss Boone's in here. Makes your blood run cold, don't it? You keep an eye out. You still got your Barlow knife. Well, if I'd have left it, we couldn't very well get in here and rescue her now, could we? Not unless I'd have borrowed yours.
She ain't tied up.
She ain't even here.
We're too late to rescue her.
She's having a good time. She's the last lady I rescued.
Me too. I'm through with them. The whole caboodle.
We're going to New Orleans.
Me too.
We're going to New Orleans.
And the new beaver hats we're gonna get. Gets monotonous, don't it?
Menechito.
You see. You desecrate.
But don't put them out. We'll keep them shut.
Bingy? Huh? If you open your eyes, you can't see nothing.
Plead with the sun. Kichi manito.
What is it? They pray for the sun to rise.
It will.
Thank you.
The sun! The goddess has brought forth the sun! Goddess, this is your purification day.
My what?
Take off your clothes.
I most certainly will not.
Forgive me, Goddess, for asking you to do what should be done for you.
Leave me alone. Out. No.
Goddess, it's necessary.
Not
It's
how
a part of
dare
the ancient ceremony. The water, please. It's necessary to be purified.
No.
Goddess, it's necessary.
Not
It's a
how
part of the
dare
ancient ceremony.
No, don't do it. I will. No.
They fear the sight of your beauty might kill them.
Well, where are you taking me now?
I wish you'd never had that dream of mine.
Yeah, the treasure ain't worth it.
Oh, please go.
Until the darkest hour before the dawn, the hour of your marriage.
You stay. You love Ottawa, don't you? And Ottawa loves you. It was before we knew. We could not know. Why weren't you married? You knew. You were his vision. I want you to tell me. You told him? You will know who your wife truly is when you see that my hair is red. In the darkest hour of the night? In the red light of the marriage fire. And how do they make this marriage fire red? Show me.
I am afraid.
Now, if I'm a goddess, go ahead, show me. Oh, no, stay close to the fire. Here, put this up next to your face. Oh, yes. Yes. Trust me?
You are the goddess.
Just don't be afraid.
I don't think I am.
Now tell me, during the ceremony, can you be near the marriage fire alone?
I must be. Wise woman will be with you.
And watch me. Now, when I make this sign,
Gawin Shishin. Bring forth the man.
Bring forth the bride.
Good luck, Mrs. Boone.
Goddess,
Hello, Miss Boone.
because you tried to help me.
Didn't do a very good job of it, did we?
goddess, the sun will rise.
Maybe it just won't for once, huh?
Ottawa, your bride. Corn is our goddess. Corn is our mother. She has spoken to our son and brother. In the dark hour before the dawn, she has spoken. You will
What's the matter
see
with you?
my face.
Cry at weddings.
You will know who your wife truly is. Awani.
Ottawa, behold your bride. In the red light of the marriage fire, you will know who your wife truly is. She awaits your embrace.
How are things coming?
Oh, fine. Hey, would you put some of that meat on the table for me, please?
Is your seasoning about ready?
Will be as soon as you'll break open a keg of salt for me.
You mean this keg of salt over here?
Well, yes, of course. What are the keg?
A berry. I got it myself, Ma.
With the single shot, you have no idea the work we went to surprise you.
Oh, that must have been exciting.
The second day out, we saw a bear, but she was a she with cubs. So we let her go, of course. And never another, no matter how hard we searched and looked. Till Pa said, well, I guess there's not going to be bear ham this Christmas. And all of a sudden, there it was, a cinnamon black bear just ambling along.
And your pa loaned you his rifle.
I bent down, laid it across a fallen tree, just waited and waited.
Indian salt.
Is it?
Sure it is. Our salt comes in chunks, just like it's dug up from the digs. Indians like to pound it.
Oh, well, salt is salt as far as I'm concerned.
But Ma,
Israel, don't pester your ma.
well, I just wanted to tell her.
Well, now, you and I had a fine hunting trip. We had fun every day and every hour, and you even got to shoot a bear. Now, your mother had to stay here every day, same thing, over and over, all by herself. And what do we do when we come home? First thing, we start to nag her.
Gee, I never thought of it like that.
Oh, well, it really isn't that serious.
Pa, can we take Ma along next time?
Well, if she wants to go.
Ma, you don't know what real excitement is. But Pa and I'll show you next trip. And we'd even treat you like a
goddess?
Whoa, Bob, whoa.
Smells good, doesn't it?
Nothing smells better than fresh plowed ground.
Well, son, do you have enough fritters?
Not hungry.
Israel, first plowing. How'd you like to grab a hold of those reins?
No. No, thank you.
Israel, turn down a chance to do some plowing? Spring fever? I think maybe I got a little touch of that myself.
Now, this is not the high road to Jamestown.
No, Pop.
Well, I must have taken the wrong road.
You always do, Pop.
Oh, why did you leave me?
That's not my mother.
You're right. She's taken my art with her. But you'll see, girl, you'll see. Once we reach Jamestown, and once again, the figurehead of a beautiful ship takes form under my chisel. You'll see, you'll see. Ray? Ray?
I'm picking flowers, Papa. Have you lost something, boy? Well, have you found something, boy?
Cat got my tongue, I guess.
That's the first time I ever heard anyone say that about himself before.
Well, I was just trying to tell you to call me Israel.
Israel? That's a nice name, Israel.
Oh, here, I guess you might as well have this.
Why, thank you very much indeed. Why, it's broken, the poor thing.
Well, I kicked it.
Why did you do that?
Well, it's still a daisy. First flower of the spring.
Why, you're right. I do thank you, Israel. Why, that's the first time we've ever been kissed.
Well, what do I call you?
Ray. Ray Secord. Named for her mother. I'm the child's only parent now.
I'm glad to meet you too, sir. Well, that is, I mean...
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. The heart speaks to the artist.
Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, with an eye like an eagle and as tall as a mountain was he. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man. He was brave, he was fearless, and as tough as a mighty oak tree. From the coonskin cap on the top of old and to the heel of his rawhide shoe, the rippin'est, roaring'est, fighting'est man the frontier ever knew. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, and he fought for America to make all Americans free. Daniel Boone.
I could have mind missed the high roads to Jamestown.
Maybe it was night.
Well, that high road's well marked and wide. They cut off to Boonesboro, you have to hunt for on a sunny day at high noon.
You know artist.
Artist? I'm not much of a seaman, but I doubt this thing could lead a rowboat across a sheltered bay.
You're right, sir. You're absolutely right. You are Mr. Boone. Secord. James Secord. I hope you'll call me James.
Daniel Boone.
Dan. And I thank God that you will not entirely comprehend what I'm going to say to you. But this is meant to be my dear dead wife.
I'm sorry.
No, hear me out. This face... No, not this, but her face. It looks out beyond the bowsprit of the Paquin and the Sea Raven, with her fair hair blowing in the wind, her red lips open in a smile. Why, even here, landlocked, you must know of the Sea Raven.
I remember seeing a painting once.
Yeah. Sir Ives had it in his room last time he was here.
Her captain, and others, many more, they trust to her beautiful, clear eyes to take them through the most terrible storms. And never have they been betrayed. I felt that my hands could never forget that face.
And yet, when she was lowered into her grave, in a rosewood box, in which I carved her face and name, and our dear daughter's face and name, my 2 Breas, and then the earth covered her from sight.
Death does terrible things. Hopefully time will take care of it.
This may sound strange to a man like you, but I'm not ashamed. I'm not proud, but I'm not ashamed to say that I'm a weakling.
I reckon that's up to the man himself.
You have no means to understand. See, while she lived, she gave me what I lack. We loved. We were like one person, she and I. My genius boomed. I mean, Maine and New England shipbuilders and captains begged me to carve their figureheads to give their vessels beauty and good luck. But afterwards, those who had wooed and honored me shunned me. But I could not blame them.
Well, there's a silver lining to the darkest cloud, they say.
And they're absolutely right. Let me tell you what happened. A Jamestown shipbuilder who admires talent and is not aware of my reverses has been assigned to build the royal governor's new flagship. That's, I'm sure you're aware of that. A day of glory for these colonies.
And you're going to carve the figurehead?
Yes, even though the Admiralty insisted on a London sculptor. A man, mind you, a man who fears to paint the flesh he claims to create, knowing that life's own hues will reveal the death in his cold heart. Can you imagine an unpainted figurehead?
Oh, well, we don't get to see many ships.
Bland-eyed, salt-whitened, aging oak.
Well, we're certainly pleased for your sake.
For the ship's sake, for the sake of the country. I can see it in my mind. Look at it, Dan. A younger, fresher Bray, freed from the grave cerements. Oh, it's beautiful. It's glorious. I shall be rich. I shall be famous. London will honor me. If only I had not missed that cursed road.
Well, that's one tragedy we might be able to remedy.
What, you mean locked in here in this wilderness?
Pa could put you back on the high road.
There's a time element attached to my arrival. If I'm late, then that London wood butcher...
We'll show you a shortcut. I'll put you back on the high road, and you won't have lost much time.
Oh, if only.
Please, I don't want to offend, but I couldn't help but noticing. You know, we could spare a sack of flour and a couple of sides of bacon.
And a sugar head.
Yes, and a sugar head.
You're very kind, but you're really charity. I know. Thank you.
Please don't look at it that way.
Well, I'm not much of a judge of figureheads, and I trust that you know your trade, so when you get rich and famous, you can pay us first off. But right now, let's get you on the road to Jamestown so you won't lose your job to that wood butcher. Israel?
Bray too?
A child always goes with her parents.
There you are, Israel. It's just puppy love. It's no worse than a busted leg, and it heals a lot quicker. I know. I've had some experience.
Israel. Man.
Give me a hand with this, would you, Mr. Seacombe?
Don't wait for Papa to help you, Mr. Bill. He doesn't mean to leave. And if you did, you'd just find another wrong turn in the road and end up right back here again.
Bray, dear.
Bray, dear. Bray, dear. Bray, dearest. Papa, you do make me laugh. Papa, I'll stay here despite of you. Sleeping in your bed, gobbling down your grub, swilling down your rum, and telling you how much he loved my dear mama.
Don't let her go with him.
She suffered too, both of us. Oh, my dear daughter, my poor little girl. Only you knew how dearly I love you,
You don't.
how deeply I need you, and how much you could do for me.
I could do for you.
You could be my strength, like her. And I could be whole again. And I'd give you love and protection.
Israel!
Sharper than the serpent's tooth.
If there's any snake around here, it isn't her, it's you.
Israel!
Ray! Ray?
I think I could almost do with a drink after that. I think I could almost...
Yes, I heard you.
Well, the pine brush?
Hmm?
Me too.
A scene?
Some of the toughest whittling I know.
Takes patience.
Yeah. Lose your patience, get mad. Pfui. All you got's a bunch of splinters and a stick.
I know. He's older.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm supposed to show respect.
It's a general idea.
Why?
Why?
You don't think so much of him yourself.
Well, that's not the question.
Well, is older righter every time? Well, is it?
You pose a pretty hard question.
Why? I'll tell you why if you don't know.
I know what you mean. I'm older, too.
You're not always right, are you?
No, and I don't pretend to be. That's why you and I can talk these things out.
Don't make a joke of me.
I never intended to make a joke out of you, son.
Puppy love. No worse than a busted leg. Temple of Learning. Guess you've seen it all from A to Izzard. Not much after the city of New Bedford, I guess. Looking for something?
Is that the tavern?
And general merchandise. Want to go inside? You don't have to buy anything.
No, I don't want to.
You mad?
No, Israel.
Hey, Iz. Want to go muskrat trapping, Iz?
No, I'm busy.
Girl trapping more fun, eh? Pasco Jr. Pasco's my old man. You're more my size than his.
You want to get your head punched in?
Yeah?
Israel.
Yeah!
Come on.
Anytime, at any place, I'll be there!
Yeah?
Yeah!
I'll be waiting.
Drat.
Oh, here, let me give you a hand.
What do you suppose he's got in it?
Rocks? I doubt if he's got the money for a dryer.
Well, he must have had once. It is beautiful.
Oh, it's the finest Arenican rosewood made with these very hands.
I got your knapsack all packed.
Fine. Where's Israel?
Oh, I've never seen that boy quite like this before.
You've never seen Israel at this age before.
Why don't you have a talk with him?
I did.
And?
Did I ever tell you about my first sweetheart?
Many times.
You know, ever since I talked with Israel, I haven't been able to remember her name.
Rosalie Annette McKnight.
How'd you remember?
Her father was a sober Pennsylvania mechanic.
You know, I never gave a thought to what he was. Oh, all right. Is our self-proclaimed artist rumming it up at the tavern?
Oh, he's sleeping it off from yesterday.
It's all right?
I wish Pasco had stopped pouring that rum into him.
Oh, he will. He's just working up to one of his practical jokes.
If you help me move the table back, I'll walk a ways with you.
All right. Almost forgot. Simon will be coming by for that deck of furs. See that you get the money in your hand.
Before he gets his paws on it.
Yes, get the money, Daniel Boone. Trampled soul will take care of itself.
Wasn't I? I hate fighting.
I understand.
People hurt when they don't have to be.
You know where we are?
Sure. Look, they aren't even wilted yet.
Well, here's a fresh one.
Thank you most kindly.
Israel. Is it all right if I ask you a question?
What?
Well, when you didn't want to go inside the tavern, is that because your pa's in there so often?
I don't know.
Sorry I asked.
No, it's all right.
Listen then, did your pa really carve the sea raven's figurehead?
Why do you ask that?
Pa doesn't think he ever could.
My father's an artist. He's a genius. I remember him when he didn't have time for a tavern.
But you said
everything he made was wonderful, beautiful, and until
your mother died?
Until I killed her.
Kill?
I don't mean like that. He took from her and took from her until there was nothing left. She had to die. And then he cried and said how much he missed her. How could she leave him?
Hey, come on, don't cry. It'll be all right. It'll be all right, come on.
Ha ha. Why don't you kiss her? Go ahead.
Kiss her, why don't you?
Come back, Israel. Israel! Israel, get up!
Good morning, Secord.
Would you excuse me, please? Excuse me. Excuse me. Good morning, Pasco.
Well, if it ain't the world's greatest. You looking for a drink, greatest?
Yes, if you don't mind.
Mine? Why should I mind? It's your turn to buy, ain't it? Well, come on, fellas. Step up to the bar. The greatest is buying on the aisle.
Just a minute, please. Well, then, of course, it is my turn.
Yeah.
Well, landlord, chalk up my friend's drinks to me.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to have cash, Secord.
Landlord, when I get to Jamestown.
I am sorry, Secord.
Well, as you see.
Well, how about our drinks, greatest? You ain't backing out, are you?
I fulfill my obligation, sir. No matter how trivial.
This will go down in history. Greatest! Oh, say, greatest. We'll be waiting here till you come back with the cash. Yeah, hurry back with the money. We're dry as a bone. We'll be waiting. Gotta buy it.
Well, Rebecca, you walked quite a piece with me.
I guess I'll be late getting home.
I hate to leave you with this mess.
Damn, James Secord is no Cherokee.
Boone?
Who?
I have no idea.
I'm Simon.
Lord, I'd be pleased.
There's supposed to be some furs. Ah, yes, there they be.
Well, those furs, they ought to be paid for.
Well, you can take the money, can't you?
I haven't been trusted with the price.
Well, I was.
I don't know what to do with this.
On the table or in the wash basin. Either one, they'll find it.
Obligations, too.
Poor eye. Is it pretty black? Tell me if I hurt.
What happened?
Oh, hello, Ma. He fought like a true knight of old.
Let me see that eye.
That's all right, Ma. Bray's taking care of me.
The bandage is torn off my petticoat.
Rosalie Annette McKnight.
Who's Rosalie Annette McKnight?
Nobody important.
Oh.
Well, I'm not needed here.
So long, Ma. Oh, it does hurt.
Mrs. Boone.
Oh, Simon, I'm glad I caught you before you left. Dan has a deck of furs for you.
I got him and paid for him.
Paid? Who?
Fella that seems to be boarding at your place.
Mr. Secord?
Dolorous expression, lanky build, black hat. Don't seem to know which end is up.
Mr. Secord.
In case his mind wanders, I told him to put the money in the wash basin or else on the table. Either way, you'd find it.
Thank you, Simon.
I guess even he'd remember that. Come on.
Thanks again, Simon.
Yes, sir, that will go down in history. Ever anything to match it in this tavern?
I already told you no some 16 times.
Only thing stops me is how am I going to top it?
You don't know your own strength.
The old man wasn't bad either. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask for cash.
Same goes for you, Stocky.
Thank you, boy.
Don't worry, Starkey. Your day'll come.
All right, sir. Mr. Secord.
You back already?
You promised you'd wait for me. Excuse me. Thank you. Landlord, ask the gentlemen their pleasure.
Well, he didn't rob a bank. Ain't one in 100 miles.
I possess a large, handsome rosewood box.
Full of these?
Not quite.
Let me see it.
It's just like any other silver crown. Landlord, as long as this pittance lasts.
Pittance?
You ain't gonna top yourself, Pasco. You already been topped right up through the chimney.
What the what? Everybody gets tripped up. Your day will come.
There you are, mine host.
Cincinnati?
Hey, a drink here.
Come on, here.
All right, there. Get your drink. Come on, get him in here fast.
Mr. Secord? James? Are you up there?
Say, Jim, tell us again how much they paid you for the Sea Dragon's figurehead.
Not as much as it was worth, I think.
I'll bet they did. I bet there ain't as much as it was really worth.
Agreed. Now, what about the Gov's flagship? How much are you going to get paid for it?
I'd hope to impress upon you that pelf is not the artist's all.
But I bet it's the artist something, though.
He bets it's the artist something that
You're a perspicacious landlord. Next to creation and after fame, I must admit that wealth does have its attractions.
famous is one thing that never have to worry you.
That's right.
Well, I hope you gentlemen are right.
Ah, come in, Mrs. Boone. Jim is buying the town. I mean, he's buying for the town.
Well, I'll go in, it'll be all right. Hey, look, Ma's in there buying things. It'll be all right. Come on.
Mr. Secord, give me my money.
What money?
The money Simon put in your hand for Dan's furs.
I don't think I know what you're talking about.
Believe me, Becky, I didn't have the slightest idea.
Me neither, Miss Boone. He swore on a Bible he had a whole box full of it.
How much is left?
Well, there's, that's it.
At least that's 10 shillings you won't have to pay back.
See, that was my intention at the first, Mrs. Boone. A loan. You remember you did offer. And I swear to you on my honor that my first act when I reached Jamestown. You see, I used my last farthing to finance this journey, and my last farthing. No, that's a lie. The people of New Bedford, they loaned. It was worth it to be rid of me. So you see, my dear Mrs. Boone, you're simply going to have to wait, though.
No. You pretend to be a wood carver.
Pretend?
Well, a wood carver must be a wood cutter, too, I think. We need a new outbuilding, and Dan works hard. He doesn't have time to cut the logs for it.
I don't think I know what you're saying.
You're gonna cut our logs for us. And when Dan gets home, every last one of them is going to be trimmed and piled ready for him to build.
No!
Bray!
Israel, wait! Israel, Boone, you come back here. what happened?
You were there, you know.
She heard me.
She heard what you said and she knows what you did. What difference does it make to you what you do to kids?
Bray, sweetheart.
Jamestown. We've got to hurry.
Won't be easy. Come on.
much farther is it?
There he is!
Wait! Papa!
My sweet, I just wanted you to be safe.
To throw me to the booth like that spoiled block of wood?
No.
I saw what you did of me. The carving.
And you know that? You liked it?
It's wonderful. Papa, we're going to Jamestown. You and I.
Yes. You and I. Yahoo! Get out!
Israel? Tell your ma, as soon as we get to Jamestown, we'll pay her.
Well,
Don't be mad at me, Israel.
I'm not.
I forgot you were waiting.
Can't ever forget you, Bray.
I won't forget you, Israel. Not for very long.
Bye, Bray. I didn't know you were home.
Just got back. He's quite some artist after all.
Paint's already dried. Do you remember that pine brush? Went back to look for it. Sure made a splinter and a piece of stick out of this.
You'll make another, maybe more.
Does it really stop hurting?
Yes. Yes, no. Maybe I ought to say. Comes a part of you. Part. I don't know how to put it. The richness of your life. Something that you can share in time.
With whom?
With your wife, if you're lucky. With your son, if you're even lucky.